Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcat Sports Network. It's time to talk McKendree football for week number 3 in the 2015 regular season. We're joined by head coach Mike Babcock. And coach, first a little rewind to Saturday's game at Lehman Field, final non-conference game against Northwood University. Bearcats found themselves trailing by 11 early in the fourth quarter, but showed resiliency, battled back. 2 big touchdown passes from Isaac Fisher to Cameron James, one late to put the Bearcats in front for good. Defense really stepped up when you needed to. A great gut check win to get to 2-0.
Great team effort, great team win, and really proud of the guys to be able to come back in the fourth quarter and never saw anybody give up on the sidelines. Everyone was in it. Again, just a big win for this program.
You really alluded to there. Good team win. The feeling even in the stands is that the Bearcats were never out of that one, even though they were down, like we said, 11 points early in the fourth quarter. Some big plays both ways. The Bearcats get the win. More importantly, they finish non-conference play undefeated at 2-0 and really get some momentum going into GLVC play.
I think that the team is really gelling together quite well. The defense believes that the offense can score, at any time, and the offense believes that the defense can stop them at any time. And so to be able to go into a game, a hard-fought game, this is the type of game that you're going to see throughout the season. It's not always going to be 50-0 and just be completely easy. There are going to be some tough games, and I think if we can get some confidence and come away on the winning edge of those, it'll still breed more confidence as we get going throughout the season.
Offensively, some big performances. Once again, Isaac Fisher, second straight GLVC Offensive Player of the Week. Nod as he threw for 369 yards, ran for another 65, 3 touchdown passes. Cameron James becomes the Bearcats' all-time receptions leader, has the 2 big touchdowns at the end of the game. And then a guy that has really been impressive so far early on, Dustin Walls, with another big touchdown grab, led the Bearcats in receptions in the contest, and those guys have really seemed to take off.
Starting with what you said with Isaac Fisher, he's playing very well, and not just with his arm strength, not just with his feet too, but with his decisions. He's got a knack for where to go with the football and kind of what to do with the football. He's done a nice job of his completion percentages, his interception or touchdown to interception ratio. So again, he's doing a real nice job, and that's what you expect out of a 4-year starting quarterback. But again, another nice week for Isaac. Cameron James, great guy. Obviously, when you finish the game in the fourth quarter with 2 touchdowns against press man-to-man and able to go win, that's what you really want to do, and he did a nice job. And then Dustin Walls, a couple big-time plays when we really needed it. We needed to get a little bit of momentum. We needed to get a couple chunk plays. He came up and was able to do some real good things.
Group we haven't talked about, really the unsung heroes, the offensive line. They've only allowed 2 sacks so far, and the Bearcats have thrown the ball quite a lot this year, so they've given Fisher time to throw as well.
Absolutely. Even last week, us coaches, decided that the offensive line was actually the players of the game, and not just the quarterback who got the GLVC Player of the Week. But the O-line are playing well. Again, it's a group that have kind of been in the fire already. They're not the biggest, they're not the strongest, but they play with a lot of heart, and they play smart, and they do a real nice job of keeping those guys off of Isaac.
On the defensive side of the football, front 7 played extremely well. Actually, the entire unit played really well. You look at some individual performances. Lucky Barr channeling his 2014 heroics. 3 sacks in the ball game, 2 at the end of the first half that stopped the Northwood drive, and then a big sack late in the ball game against the Timberwolves.
I think our defensive line is really one of our strong suits. On that side of the ball, and they take pride in it. And it was nice to see Lucky to be able to kind of get back into the groove and be able to create some havoc, in the backfield. If we have a chance to get to the quarterback with only 4 D linemen and not have to blitz every time, that's going to help us out, in the long run as far as our coverage is concerned. So Lucky did a real nice job. I know that he's always hungry for more, and hopefully he can continue that trend.
A.J. Wentland solid in the middle again at linebacker, 13 tackles to lead the way. Austin Wealth had a solid contest as well with 10 stops. The secondary came up big in the second half. When you needed stops, they made plays when Northwood would throw the football, especially on that final drive.
Absolutely. I think as we started to get towards late in the game, they felt like they couldn't, run the ball every single play like they are normally want to, and so they have to throw it. And I think our DBs were able to kind of step up to the challenge and step up and say, okay, who's going to come up and make a play. So that was kind of nice to see. It was nice to see them kind of run around and come up with some pass breakups, especially like you said, that final drive just to kind of put the game away and finish it outright. So was very happy the way the defense played and how they finished.
Strong finish for the Bearcats. So now you flip the page and get ready for GLVC play this week. The Bearcats Open Conference play at William Jewell near Kansas City. It's a team the Bearcats have defeated in each of their 3 previous meetings. And despite the fact that they're winless on this season, 0-3 coming in, always a dangerous ball club to face with the Cardinals. I know the Bearcats have had some tussles the last couple of years in league play.
That was probably the adjective I was going to use, dangerous, when it comes to playing William Jewell. This is a good, solid football team. I'm not really concerned about their record. I see them play on film, and they play hard. They play tough. They've got some good athletes, and I think that the fact that they're playing at home, they're playing a conference opponent, a team that beat them last year, and they felt like they had a chance to possibly win a conference championship even when they came into our place, and we kind of took that away from them a little bit last year. Maybe that's a little bit of revenge. I don't know what they're thinking, but this is a good football team that we got to face this weekend.
Last 2 games against William Jewell 2 years ago at their place, 20-0 lead for the Bearcats. McKendree ends up having a rally for the win. Last year it's 20-20 in the middle stages of the second half before the Bearcats rip off 21 unanswered points to win the ball game. How important is it for McKendree not only to get off to a fast start, but finish strong, as has been your mantra all year?
Well, what we saw in this last game is that it's not always going to be an easy game. It's not always going to be 50-0. So just to be able to continue to push that, pedal to the metal, offensively, every time you get on the field, you're looking for points. Doesn't matter who you're playing or what you're playing, you're always looking for points as soon as you get on that field. Defense, obviously the exact opposite. You're looking to get off the field. You're looking to create turnovers. You're looking to create something to give your team momentum. And as long as you do that, it really doesn't matter who you play. It's about execution, doing what you're supposed to do, and getting it done.
Coach, good luck on Saturday. We'll catch up with you after the ballgame.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Scott.
Don't forget, you can catch the live broadcast of the McKendree William Jewell contest live on the Bearcat Sports Network at www.mckbearcats.com/watch. We'll have the pregame show beginning at 11:45 as the time has been moved to noon. Kickoff at noon from Green Stadium in Liberty, Missouri.